Shabbat Shalom. In this Torah portion, we see that it is God who reaches out to us and not the other way around. Repeatedly, he clears the way for those who turn to him, not because we are righteous, but because the nations were wicked, and to fulfill his promise to Abraham. Those that willfully turn away and continue in their own path, he will hold accountable. A quick read of the book of Jeremiah shows us that Israel played a dangerous spiritual game of chicken with God. Their dalliance in seeing how close they could come without actually come close to a line, without actually crossing it, presented a constant struggle for Moses and the leaders. What could they get away with and still stay on God's good side? God chose the children of Israel as his own special people, and like it or not, they and we are it. A quick read of the surrounding pagan societies of the day gives a stark picture of the superiority of the law of God. Among the detestable practices they observed was offering their children as a sacrifice to Moloch. In Isaiah, Zion laments, saying, "The Lord has forgotten me." This could not be further from the truth. God cannot forget his people. He's graven them on the palms of his hand. In the Hebrew language, each letter represents a picture. The tetragrammaton, which is Yud Hey Vav Hey, which reviewed as Adonai. In pictures, it means behold a hand, behold a nail. Isaiah reminds them to look to Abraham and Sarah because of what he promised and fulfilled. He called them and they obeyed. In the new covenant, Yeshua asked the disciples what they'd heard people say about him. Impulsive Peter speaks up and says, "You are the Messiah sent from God." Yeshua called him blessed because the Father had chosen to reveal this truth to him. At this confession, Yeshua promotes him to be keeper of the keys of heaven and the power to accomplish a task set before him. Again, we see God reaching out to those who trust and obey him. In these examples, people are told to remember that they were called by God. They didn't just decide one day, say, "I'm going to become a believer today." Romans 11:18 through 24, Shaul reminds the Roman believers not to think that they were someone special, and to remember that God broke off natural branches in order to graft them in. The root supports the branch, not the other way around. If God didn't spare the natural branches, mind your manners. When conversing with fellow believers, we as Messianic believers need to concentrate on the things that bind us together instead of the differences. God calls each person according to their own heart. He alone holds the key to what will draw them to Messiah. Each may be different, but the goal is the same: salvation in the one name given under heaven by God himself. We should stand in thankful awe that the Lord of the universe sees fit to call us sons and daughters of the Most High. Shabbat Shalom.